Hello everyone, it's Mike Levin on Friday, September 3rd, 2016 at around 8 a.m. heading into work. And it's interesting to be doing a YouTube video again like this. I have become so used to doing the podcasting onto the Opinion app on my iPhone because especially during the winter, it's easier to not hold a handout in front of me doing this. People ask how I do such good stability and what kind of selfie stick I use. Well, it's really just basically my hand. And it seems to be the easiest way to do it. It's always on me. You know, I'm going to do the 215 stairs. I try and change my route a lot in order to just keep some variation. And I guess in the morning, I like to take one train, and in the evening I like to take another. And it all depends on just the flow of things. Yeah, the flow of things. So algorithms, right? Every book I'm reading seems to be related to that some way or another. I'm reading the MIT Press book on machine learning, kind of interesting. I'm looking through the other stuff in Audible, so I'm usually having something having to do with history and then something having to do with computer science going at the same time that I switch back and forth, usually in audiobook form, sometimes other podcasts. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, I'm going to be getting that. I wish it were all on Audible, but it's not. So there are other ways to purchase that for playing back on your phone and stuff, and I'll have to choose one of those. But in the meantime, I've got a bunch of stuff going that I'm switching back and forth with. Oh, and also the Audible or the book by Lord Britton, the guy who created the Ultima game series back in the days of the Commodore 64 and such, and was he the first space tourist? No, he was a space tourist. He went to space. His dad was an astronaut. And Richard Garriott, I think his name is. I'll have to get that pronunciation. But I'm listening to his book on Explore Create, which is, I guess, a nicer way of saying Explore Exploit, which was a algorithm type that was discussed in the book Algorithms to Live By. So stuff is all sort of connecting together. You know, the machine learning book refers to different ways of tackling a problem, some of which are very related to the sort of self-modifying code, metaprogramming of the Lisp world, which, you know, I had been exposed to through various sources, including reading the Hacker's book by Stephen Levy. So all these things are creating like both an overarching impression, right? There's sort of the laying down a layer of what things must have been like. And then there's the connecting the dots where you go, oh, if this was like this, then that means that. And so the following. And I've been doing that kind of as a fan. The same way some people, follow sports or their favorite music bands and musicians. I do that with tech stuff, as many people do these days, as it's, hip to be geek, I guess. So being true to myself is somehow fitting the world that we're becoming. And so the next step is really figuring out what my shtick is, what I'm going to be trying to really bring to the world as practical, useful tutorial how-to knowledge, aside from this podcasting and YouTubing of my just free association thoughts. I need to teach people how to do stuff. I feel that compelling inner drive, even just teaching my daughter to code. So there are two paths here. There is one for accessibility by the extreme youth, 6 years old and such, and I will probably be looking for pre-canned packages of people who've done stuff like that I can just buy and use upon, or download, or purchase the parts and use, because a lot of it's free and open source. As my friend Tanya pointed out, I don't have to invent all that stuff. These classes and stuff do exist, and so I'll find the best thing for Addie, work her through it, probably starting with Dot and Dash, the programmable robots, and I'll have another path for people who are trying to take up Linux, Python, Vim, and Git as sort of their side tech in life. They're hedging their bets in an information world, or the automation age. So anyway, these are short because it's back to video for this morning. If you don't follow me, just go to the iTunes store and search on Python. I'll be one of the ones that comes up under podcast, or go to mikelev.in and follow the links. I have it linked to there. It's Made with Opinion, so it's also probably python.madewithopinion.com, and that's where I do this same talking, but in audio format, and often longer. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe.